Yes, Irina.
Yeah, hi Wayne. Good morning. I am uh, reflecting or have been thinking about um, this difference between a judgment and a preference. And it seems to me like a sage doesn't have a judgment in the sense that it shouldn't be the way, like, but he or she still might have a preference, like, I don't like something. Depends on their body mind mechanism. They have like this preference, like they might not like something.
Yes, that's the case.
When I look into myself, I sometimes I don't know. It's actually sometimes what I realize it's hard for me to see if it's my preference or it's a judge, like a feeling that it shouldn't be that way, or somehow they are maybe together sometimes, or sometimes there's a preference and on top of that there's a feeling like it shouldn't be that way. So it gets quite complex when I look inside.
It's not always clear.
Right. And the difference is the suffering, because if it's a preference, then I don't suffer, right? Is that like the sign?
Yeah. But your preference may bring pain. I mean, particularly if what you prefer does not come to pass. And
Right.
often it is difficult to distinguish between pain and suffering. Sometimes it is difficult to distinguish between pain and suffering.
Yeah, that seems to be the case for me.
Yeah. You're not unique
And
in that.
yeah, I'm sure. Or it seems to be like if I don't like something in a person I love, it can cause pain on both sides. Um, so yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and also if I don't like something about myself, I might try to change it. Seems like a sage might also try to change it, but he or she might will know that it's not ultimately in their power to change it, but they still might take steps to like try certain
If there
things and
if there are
if
steps being taken, then those steps are understood to be the functioning of the universe like everything else.
right, not that they're taking steps, but sort of like they see it. Mhm.
So it isn't just that a particular action isn't claimed in the moment as being my authored action. The very possibility of there existing an authored action is gone.
Mhm.
So it's not even a question. There's no possibility of it. There's no, it's not, just not within the realm of existence.
Which I imagine can really help with relationships where you feel like the other person should change or could change.
Yes, I mean, it takes that element out of it, certainly, but I mean, all, in relationships, you like things about the other person, you don't like things about the other person, and depending upon your nature, you may well express that in a way that is hurtful to the other person, that creates all kinds of messes. I mean, that happens. So that can well happen and does happen, regardless of the secondary.
Mm.
So, I mean, life is painful sometimes. Relationships are painful sometimes,
Yeah.
regardless of whether there is suffering involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that includes the relationship with yourself. Because
Yeah.
sometimes we're just assholes. We just are. We behave
Well,
badly.
yeah.
Yeah, and if and we may not like it about ourselves. We'd like to be better. We can recognize the fact that our behavior is abhorrent. And even without the story that I should or shouldn't have done it, what is can remain to be quite ugly.
Guess there's no way out of it, huh?
There is no out of it. There is no other place but it.
So, so a sage is like, it seems like they go through that pain without the agony of it in a way.
Without
Because
suffering.
to me, yeah, to me, it's like when something like this happens and it's painful, there's also trying to get out of it or something like.
Well, that's sensible.
Seems there are less benefits of the enlightenment than I thought it would be. Like pain is gone. Well, pain's still gonna be here, but the suffering is gone.